Manchester United's first-team squad are back on the training pitches as preparations continue for the next major pre-season friendly against Atletico Madrid at the Strawberry Arena in Sweden. With several senior international players now returning to Carrington following their involvement at the World Cup, the intensity around the camp has increased as Michael Carrick begins bringing his full squad together ahead of the new Premier League campaign. The latest session was packed with demanding tactical drills, detailed set-piece routines, gym work, and intensive corner-blocking exercises designed to improve United's organisation and provide greater protection for the back line. Carrick and his coaching staff are working to build a side that is sharper, stronger, and far more difficult to break down, while also encouraging the players to move the ball quickly, press with purpose, and attack with greater confidence. The atmosphere around the squad is said to be positive, with every player fighting to impress and secure an important role before the competitive season begins. The friendly against Atletico Madrid will provide a serious test of United's progress. Atletico are known for their discipline, aggression, defensive organisation, and ability to punish mistakes, meaning this will be much more than an ordinary pre-season match. It could offer a clear indication of how ready Carrick's side are to deal with intense pressure and difficult opposition. United will want to control possession, remain compact without the ball, and show greater quality in the final third. Supporters will also be watching closely to see whether the returning World Cup players are ready to feature, how the new midfield combinations are developing, and whether the team can carry momentum into the final stages of pre-season. Manchester United's ambition is clear. The club want to begin the new campaign with huge confidence, strong belief, and the mentality required to compete for major honours. Of course, winning every match is an enormous target, but the message inside the camp appears to be about creating winning habits, demanding high standards, and making Old Trafford a difficult place for every opponent. The players are being pushed to improve their fitness, concentration, and tactical understanding so that United can start the Premier League season at full speed, rather than spending the opening weeks trying to find rhythm. After recent changes around the squad, this pre-season could be crucial in shaping the identity of Carrick's Manchester United. There was also a positive update regarding Matthijs de Ligt. The Dutch defender continues to work hard on his recovery and is making every effort to return to full first-team training before the new Premier League campaign begins. De Ligt's experience, leadership, and ability to organise the defence could be extremely important, particularly as United look to become more reliable at the back. The club will not want to rush his return, but supporters will be encouraged that he remains focused on rebuilding his fitness. His availability could give Carrick another major option in central defence and increase competition for places during a season in which United will need strength and depth across the entire squad. Away from the training ground, the summer transfer window is continuing to heat up, with Manchester United still assessing several midfield and defensive targets. One of the biggest names linked with a move to Old Trafford is Real Madrid midfielder Aurelien Tchouameni. According to reports, United face a very difficult task if they want to bring the French international to Manchester, with sources suggesting it would take a daft offer to convince Real Madrid to consider selling one of their most important midfield players. Tchouameni has the physical strength, technical quality, defensive awareness, and big game experience that could make him a dream signing for many United supporters. He is capable of protecting the defence, winning important duels, and helping his team control the tempo in midfield. However, Real Madrid are under no pressure to sell, and any potential deal could be extremely expensive. United may admire the player, but turning that admiration into a realistic transfer could be another matter entirely. Manchester United are also reportedly considering a move for Bournemouth midfielder Tyler Adams. The United States international has emerged as a possible target as the Red Devils continue searching for the right balance in midfield. Adams is viewed as a more affordable option than several of the elite names on United's shortlist, and his energy, work rate, and ability to cover large areas of the pitch could suit the intensity Carrick wants from his side. He is a player who enjoys competing, pressing opponents and making important defensive contributions, while his experience in English football could help him settle quickly. However, reports suggest Bournemouth are unlikely to accept an offer of around £35 million, despite claims that such a figure could be enough. United are still assessing their options, and no final decision appears to have been made. The key question is whether Tyler Adams would be the long-term answer Manchester United need, or whether he would be a strong squad option who adds energy and depth. His determination and Premier League experience are attractive, but United must decide whether they need a specialist defensive midfielder, a complete box-to-box player, or someone capable of controlling matches from deep. With several names still being discussed, the recruitment team will be under pressure to make the right choice, rather than rushing into a deal simply because a player is more affordable. Another position that could become increasingly important is left back. Newcastle United's Lewis Hall is understood to be a player of genuine interest to Manchester United, with a source close to the player suggesting that he would be keen on a move to Old Trafford. No talks have taken place so far, but the situation could be one to watch as the transfer window develops. Hall is a talented, energetic, and technically gifted left-sided player who can contribute in attack while also offering flexibility. His ability to carry the ball forward, support wide attackers, and create opportunities could add a different dimension to United's left flank. United's interest in Hall also makes sense when considering the need to plan for the future. Luke Shaw remains an experienced and high-quality option, but the club may want another natural left-back who can compete for a starting place and provide long-term stability. Hall could fit that profile, although Newcastle may have little interest in losing a promising player. At this stage, supporters should view the reports with caution because there have been no confirmed negotiations, but the player's reported willingness to join could become important if United decide to make a serious approach. Meanwhile, Juventus are stepping up their pursuit of Joshua Zirkzee after reportedly receiving encouragement from the striker's camp. The Italian giants are said to be exploring a loan move, with both clubs working on a possible formula that could allow the deal to happen. Juventus would reportedly prefer a loan with an option to buy or a conditional obligation to purchase, while Manchester United would favour an obligation that guarantees a permanent transfer in 2027. The structure of the deal could therefore become the biggest issue in negotiations. Zirkzee remains a talented forward with excellent technical ability, intelligent movement, and the quality to link play between midfield and attack. However, if United believe that his future is away from Old Trafford, they will want strong financial protection rather than allowing him to leave on a deal that gives Juventus too much flexibility. A loan with a guaranteed future purchase could help United manage their squad and potentially create room for another attacking signing. On the other hand, letting him leave too easily could reduce United's depth and place more pressure on the remaining forwards. Much will depend on Carrick's plans and whether Zirkzee is seen as an important part of the project. In midfield, Roma's Manu Kone and Brighton's Carlos Baleba are reportedly the preferred options at the moment, with United executives believing both players could potentially be available for more reasonable prices than some of the biggest names being discussed. Kone brings power, aggression, athleticism, and the ability to drive forward with the ball. He could add energy to United's midfield and provide the physical presence needed during demanding Premier League matches. Baleba, meanwhile, is highly regarded for his strength, mobility, ball-carrying ability and capacity to break up opposition attacks. He has already shown that he can perform in the Premier League, which could make him an attractive option for a club looking for a player who can adapt quickly. Both players would bring different qualities, and the decision may depend on exactly what Carrick wants from his midfield. Kone could offer more direct running and physical intensity, while Balaba may provide greater Premier League experience and the ability to cover large spaces. Either player could help United become more aggressive and athletic in the middle of the pitch, but the club will need to consider transfer fees, wages, availability, and long-term potential before making a final move. Alex Scott remains another name linked with United, although Bournemouth are believed to value him very highly. Reports suggest that if the Cherries reluctantly decide to sell, Chelsea may be the only club prepared to match their valuation. Scott is technically gifted, intelligent in possession, and capable of operating in different midfield roles. But Bournemouth's asking price could make a deal difficult.